I'm just like you, you're just like me. We can't stop watching these movies. Is it a curse? No, it's a dream come true. Yes, I'm a Barbie girl like you.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for another meeting of the Barbie Council. I'm Brianna,
And I'm Kevin.
and every month we're diving into a new movie from the ever expanding Barbie cinematic universe. While our meetings are available to the general public, the content is not suitable for children. Today we're covering Barbie in the 12 Dancing Princesses.
And we have hopped right back into the old art style after whatever the Barbie Diaries was. It is back to the status quo.
Thank God. A welcome change.
Yeah, there's something cozy about the art style of the old Barbie movies because they all just look the same.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe them. I mean, they are my comfort movies, especially those old style Barbie movies. There is something really like comforting and cozy about them.
Yeah, just the uniformity, which is possibly why the Barbie Diaries felt so weird. Beyond the fact that some of it was a little off, was that it was just like this doesn't feel right.
Something's wrong here, and it's not just Kevin.
No, and it's not just me. Yeah, so this is Barbie in the 12 Dancing Princesses, the third movie that Barbie pumped out in what, the year 2006. Yeah, they were
Dang.
on a kick here, and we're also
Wow, three
back
movies?
to the like going off of existing properties in the 12 Dancing Princesses. We're back to like fairy tales and things.
Just the Barbie twist.
Yes, i.e., Barbie existing in it.
I mean, there's a few characters in this movie that were not in the original fairy tale.
No, first of all, Preminger, but not Preminger. Like
Yep, that's what I
Preminger,
thought.
Preminger stripped of all character, looking
Mm-hmm.
like George Washington with like the hair or whatever. Like,
Yeah, he's this like there's this ambassador character at the beginning of the movie, and yeah, I was like, he's this is knockoff Preminger.
because it's like it's him, like the body and face is him, but like the hair and the outfit is a little bit different. And
Yeah.
it's definitely not Martin Short voicing him.
Oh man. Yeah, none of
Again,
that
like
charisma.
I can totally understand reusing like background characters and characters that you wouldn't really notice that they've reused. But it's still so weird to me that they'll take like actual main characters, like before they had like the king from Rapunzel, and in Swan Lake it was just like a random dude in the town. And here we have the main villain, Preminger, and they just use him again.
Yep, yep. They do this many times in the Barbie universe. Like I remember they reusing another villain character in a different movie, and I'm like, I can
Yeah, it
tell
was
like
I think it was the villain in Island Princess.
yes,
And
that's the one I was
then
thinking of.
in one of the more modern ones where she's doing the Princess and the Pea thing, it was just like the random like actor or something that
Yeah.
was with them.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like
You
there's
think I won't
yeah,
notice?
you think those 9-year-olds and me watching this movie won't notice? We all will.
Yeah, you can't get one past us.
Can't say that we for sure noticed this when we were kids watching this movie, but we notice it now.
Yeah, I don't think I picked up on the ambassador being Preminger back when I was young. I definitely see it now.
Yeah.
He has a really weird accent too. I could not place it.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
But we get introduced to the 12 dancing princesses pretty quickly. The ambassador's talking to the king, and then they're being constantly interrupted by the king's many daughters.
Running
Like
in playing
three of them
like
come in
croquet and two of
playing
them on
croquet,
stilts.
and then three of them were chasing a bug or like playing with a bug. Um, yeah, one of the girls like hits the croquet ball, and it like almost hits the dad.
Yeah.
Like, great.
But he's super chill.
Oh yeah, he just kind of laughs about
Yeah.
it.
It's just like, wow, you guys are crazy, haha. Like, and then Preminger Man over here is just like, what the fuck's going on?
I can't deal with this. There's too many princesses.
Yeah, and a running joke later in the movie is that the main villain keeps forgetting all of their names, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't blame her. I
I
forgot
don't
like
either.
all of their names.
There's so many, and they all like look the same. I mean, most of them are like older princesses, so they're all Barbie's model.
Yeah, just like slightly different Barbies.
Yeah, and there's one. I think her name is Fallon, and she
I
has
don't
kind of
remember
like
who Fallon is.
blonde.
Which colored dress?
Oh, I don't know the dress
Is
color, but she has blonde hair, and I kept getting her and Barbie mixed up throughout the
she
entire
Genevieve?
thing. Sorry, you're right, Genevieve.
Yeah.
Excuse me, not
Barbie was
Barbie.
not in the original 12 Dancing Princesses story, so they couldn't do that.
No, no. But yeah, this one girl, I just kept like being like, "Oh, that's Genevieve." Like, wait, nope, nope, it's not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
But they all look the same, just different like hair colors and different dress colors, I guess. And a lot of them have the same hairstyle too. Like, how am I supposed to tell you guys apart?
Again,
Um,
the villain's having trouble remembering, I'm like, I feel you. Like they
yeah,
play it
I
off as a joke, and
understand.
I'm like, I don't blame you. I don't
Yeah, I'm like,
remember.
I don't know who
There's
that is.
Genevieve, and then there's the rest of them. Green dress, purple dress, red dress.
Uh-huh, the three little children,
The triplet. Oh my
the
god. And yeah, and then
the
you throw
triplets.
like triplets into the mix when it's like I already can't tell you guys apart because you're triplets. Like
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Then there's the two slightly older ones, but not as old as Barbie. Sorry, Genevieve.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah, I don't blame the villain either. I'm just like, I can't keep any of them straight. They all look the same.
Yeah. Shout out to the dad for remembering all of them and
Yeah, that's
just never getting
amazing.
them
Because like when
wrong.
they sit down at breakfast, he like greets them all by name. I'm like, wow,
Maybe
that's
he's done
amazing.
that over the past like however long they've been alive just to remember. Like every day
Yeah,
he has to like run through the names just so that he can remember who uh who all of them are.
it's a good memory exercise.
I would think so. And
Keep them sharp.
the mom I assume is dad.
She's gotta be.
Um
Yeah, it's definitely dead mom
after
going on.
after giving birth to 12 kids, like
Just popping them out.
and I think she didn't make it through the last one. The
That's
it's
fair. Well,
like
the
exactly.
triplets took her out.
She had 9 kids and then ended with triplets. I don't even know how she
Oh
lasted
yeah.
through the 9 kids.
No, me either.
Like
I don't get it, man.
especially
Couldn't be me.
when the doctors are out here just like giving magic elixirs later on. Like there's no way that they're able to like safely deliver 12 children over the span of like what 16 years or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. That's wild. It's far too many children.
Yeah, so
And like
I'm
shout out
assuming
to
that's why
our
she's died.
single dad over here.
Yeah, he's been rolling along like this for I mean at least 5 years since the or I were they 5? How
Yeah,
old
they
did
turned
they
five.
just they turned 5? So he's been doing this for at
Mhm.
least 5 years. Like
Yeah,
man,
that's a lot. A lot of kids.
12 kids. But at the same time, he is a king, so I assume he got people to like deal with certain things like the cooking and like all the other like random
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
But
true.
still, it is a lot. Just remembering all their names is
Yeah, that's enough. That's already a lot.
more than enough. Yeah. We also
Um,
get introduced pretty early on to one of the animal sidekicks, the
oh
cat
yeah.
Twyla. She's aight. She's
Yeah.
in the pantheon of Barbie animal sidekicks. She's pretty solid. I think it's because she does talk at certain points to some of the other animals, but I think it's that she doesn't open her mouth very often. That it's just like, oh wow, this is just like a kind of cute little cat. Because when they start
Yeah.
talking, I don't know. When they start talking or like have their own like weird animal romances going on. Like that's when it gets super bizarre. But Twyla was just kind of there. The only thing that was weird was when they had her dance and the animals, their joints and like how they're like modeled, it just doesn't work for dancing really.
I don't want to see that.
Other than that though, Twyla was fine.
Yeah, I felt very neutrally about her. She was just kind of, yeah, she was there. She was kind of forgettable, but not annoying.
No, which
Um,
is really all I can ask for at this point with
yeah, truly.
Barbie animal
And it
sidekicks.
was really nice. I didn't realize this, but there's no romance with any of the animal sidekicks. I'm like, thank God.
She didn't try to get with the parrot later on.
There was a moment when they looked
Yeah.
the cat and the parrot looked at each other, and I was like, oh no, don't take it
Don't
Don't
even.
take it there.
Now that you
No.
open your mouth, just like stop that, stop that.
I don't need the parrot cat romance right now.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of the parrot, it is the pet of the cobbler, and when the cobbler's coming, they're like eating breakfast or whatever at the table.
Yeah.
And they're basically just like, "Cobbler's here. Fuck you, Dad. We're rolling out."
Bye. And he's like, they're just shoes. And then the girls all turn back and they're like, just
And
shoes.
he's like, "Aren't they?" And then he's just hanging
Yeah,
out
come on,
with Twyla as Twyla just like eats their food. And he like cheers his Twyla.
That's great. Very good moment.
But yeah, we have Derek the cobbler and Felix the parrot. And it was weird with Derek. I'm so used to just like the same voice actor being used for all of like the Barbie love interests, and I think this one was different.
What? Well, he sounded the same to me, or he sounded like somebody I've heard before.
But it wasn't like the same guy. There was like one guy that was in like every single one.
Oh yeah, so new guy maybe,
I think it's a new guy.
but they definitely reuse him because I
Yeah.
recognize his voice.
But there was like a run of movies where it was like the exact same dude every single time.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, I don't think it was the exact same dude. But anyways, yeah, he's chilling, I think.
Yeah,
What'd you
Derek
think
is cool.
of Derek?
I like him. He seems like a good dude. Very supportive, very smart. Like towards the end he was able to like figure out what happened to the princesses. We'll get to that later. But
Yeah,
like
that
he
was a little bit
figured it
weird
out like
actually.
instantly. Yeah, I was like, how did he know?
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, he's a smart dude. He uses his detective skills.
So I just checked his voice actor, just this movie.
What?
Yep. Sean
Oh my
McDonald is his
god.
name. This is the only one. That's why it sounded different to me. I'm just
I
so used to like the exact. I mean, they probably have a voice coach in there to make them sound similar to all of the other like princes or
yeah.
kings or whatever. But he sounded a little bit different, and that was weird because there was just a string of
Oh,
like 6 or 7 movies in a row where it was just like the same dude for
right.
almost all of them.
Maybe he just sounded similar or like familiar to me because I've seen this movie before.
Maybe, yeah.
But oh, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't pick up on him being different.
It's just
He's
refreshing.
not like other boys.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
isn't. Makes shoes, and he has a parrot. What'd you think of Felix?
You know, Felix was kind of annoying, like but not as annoying as I thought he was going to be. I think I remembered him being worse. So that was nice. He was just kind of yeah,
He's
he was
supposed to be
like a
like the
black.
the wisecracking
Mhm.
sidekick. There
He's
there is
got a
one point where Derek could have sold him.
oh yeah, yeah.
He did not.
But he sells his horse
Yeah,
instead.
and I was like, is that the correct decision? I think the horse is a little bit more
No.
versatile than Felix is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the bird has this like Indian accent, and it was an interesting choice.
Yeah, yeah, it was a little bit odd. Like, I don't know, like nothing. I guess that was just the choice that they went, but it was like a parrot in this world, and there's Nobody else with that style of accent. But again, like they've got so many other different like random accents. It's not just like either like British accents or like regular just American accents. There's Preminger. There's Desmond, whatever Desmond is, when we'll get into later, and then Felix. Yeah, I don't know. It was a choice.
They're branching out, I guess.
Yeah, but I can't say it like. Yeah, it was a little bit odd. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but that accent coming from the parrot was not it.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
the parrot was all right.
He didn't have a ton of screen time. The
No.
the third and final sidekick, which we'll talk about in a second, was far and away the worst, and also felt like had the most screen time, which was really unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. I wish the parrot had more screen time over that monstrosity.
Yeah.
Well, should we discuss the?
Yeah. Why don't we get into the main villain, her sidekick, and then her animal sidekick?
Good.
We've got Duchess Rowena, who is the cousin of the king, and she comes with her servant, I guess, Desmond, and her disgusting monkey, Brutus. So first with Rowena, man, she's straight up evil in this. Like, obviously, and it's foreshadowed immediately that she wants the throne. But the way that she decides to do that is literally just to poison and kill the king. It's the whole plan.
Yeah.
Just straight up.
Kill my cousin, whatever, no big deal.
Yeah, it's fine. No issues. No qualms. No qualms about that.
Cutthroat.
And then you have Desmond.
My man.
Incredible. The introduction to
best
Desmond
character.
is coming out of the carriage when they roll up to the castle, like throwing out the rug, like horribly. Like it's super like, I don't know, like not straight and just like not clean. And then when he opens the door to let out Rowena, he like rips the door off of its hinges and then spends like a minute trying to like put it back on the carriage.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, at first I thought it was like he was just really strong and just yanked the door off, but
he is also strong.
He is strong, but also the carriage is a piece of shit and it just
it just falls apart. Yeah.
So maybe a combination
of both.
Also, I love his character design. He's like this boxy dude who's very top heavy. He's got like little legs. And he's kind of short.
When he walks, he's like swaying from side to side, and it looks like he could just like fall over at any point.
Yeah, he kind of just waddles around.
He definitely he skipped leg day. He's all arms.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great.
And then
wait, go on. We gotta talk about Brutus.
We do have to talk about Brutus. He's this little fucking monkey. Oh my god. He is first I don't know how to describe it. Like, he just looks nasty. Like he's this like dark brown / black and gray. Like,
I thought he was shades of blue like Rowena.
Oh, I thought it was like gray.
He's like blue and gray. Interesting.
It's just like a nasty color scheme for a monkey. Beyond that, man, he's just a piece of shit. Like, oh my god,
he's
like
almost as bad as Rowena.
The introduction is him like he's got his own little suitcase or some shit, and he like dumps it on the pile of suitcases that Desmond is also trying to carry and struggling mightily.
Oh, buddy.
And you can tell right away that Desmond hates Brutus.
Yeah. He feels the same way about Brutus that we do.
It's very satisfying because, Brutus is nasty. And then, like, later on in the movie, he's, like, stealing shit and like breaking shit and just like trying to like prank or like bully the other like animal sidekicks. He's like bullying like Twyla and and Felix like tearing off his
Mhm.
feathers and stuff.
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
like his disgusting little like monkey laugh. Ugh.
It's so gross. Yeah. I wanted that monkey dead.
Yeah. Poison the monkey.
Yeah, please. Somebody. Ugh.
Why is she putting up with this thing?
Well, like, she's evil.
Yeah. True. So yeah, we get introduced to Duchess Rowena and her crew, and you can tell immediately that she's going after the throne, and her job
Mhm.
initially, and the reason why the king called her is to whip the princesses into shape because when that like messenger, whoever that guy was that came at the start of the movie, was like inviting them to like this event or whatever, and um, yeah, they were all crazy and just like running around and stuff. And so, he felt that it wasn't a good look. So he brings Duchess Rowena to try and enslave them, basically.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like she has all these arbitrary rules that she gives them, and like they're all wearing all these colorful dresses, and she puts them in like gray, drab dresses, and then makes them like do chores. And oh, she's also like, no singing or dancing allowed.
No expression.
Um,
There's a
yeah.
scene when she's like meeting them for the first time and like, going down the line of all of them. And, he's like finding little things of like, oh, you got like paint in your hair or whatever. And then one of them, she was like, is that mud on your dress? And she's like, I was out riding. And like, it sounded like she like killed a man. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. She's like, you caught me.
like,
I was out riding.
yeah, something about it was just like deer in the headlights. Just like
Yeah,
she had
that's funny.
seen
I
some
wrote that
shit
down
out there.
too. Yeah, yeah. I was out riding.
Yeah, like it's the face and how she said it. Yeah, just like the deadpan, just like, oh my god, like,
Yeah, she
shit
was just like
happened in the
frozen.
forest.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. What did she see while she was out riding?
Something got
Uh,
mud trying to get away, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I gotta mention my tag.
Oh
Um,
yes,
it is one of the princesses. Um, one of the princesses is constantly reading. She's just got her head in a book all the time. And when she was being introduced to Rowena, she was just straight up reading.
yeah.
That's me.
There's also a goof with that character at one point in the movie where they're all lined up and she's reading an invisible book.
Nice. Yes. That's so me.
Even when you're not reading, you're reading. It's
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
even if I don't have a book, it's just muscle memory at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, she's probably got them all memorized at that point. She doesn't even need the book. She's on the next
Yeah.
level.
I mean, one of the triplets was saying that she's read every book in existence. Don't know how true that is, but there's probably
Wow,
some
every
truth
book
to
in
that.
existence?
Yeah, she's read all 8 of them. Like, it's crazy.
Wow. Incredible.
My tag is Genevieve because she is late. I
Ah,
I don't like being early, so I try and time myself to be on time, and I'm usually late. So
you're fashionably late.
fashionably late, just like Genevieve. Yes, when they were, when the Duchess was meeting all of the princesses, one of them wanted to like touch the monkey, and
I
she was
don't
like,
know
"Don't
why you
touch
would
him.
want to do
He's quite rare." I'm like, what is that?
that.
She like steal him from like somewhere, like.
Yeah, where'd she get this
I
monkey?
don't know, but yeah, probably a good thing that she didn't touch him because like I feel like there's probably some like grime on him or something. Like he just
Yeah, or
looks
that,
nasty.
or he'd like bite her or something.
Yeah, the feral.
That monkey is feral.
Rowena's doing all this stuff, teaching them how to use a fan. Is one of them. Instills like a curfew, and they like have to be in bed by like 8 o'clock or whatever, and she'll like come in and check, and like one of the triplets can't get up into her bed, and I'm just like expecting Duchess Rowena to just roll in there and just like kill her for like not being in bed on time. Just like
That's
sniper
what
for
you get.
like 8 o'clock. You're not in bed.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. The stakes were so high.
Time to die.
Hmm. Yeah, but luckily Genevieve saves her and
Yeah,
takes
and
the
so
punishment
yeah,
instead.
a good older sister.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, and then
Um,
it's the triplets' birthday. Um,
it is.
and they do a birthday song and dance, and then Rowena comes in just like, how dare you
No
sing?
birthdays until you learn etiquette.
Yeah, no birthdays allowed.
It's like goddamn.
Yeah. And the one of the triplets just goes, but it's our birthday.
The Marina over here, like, does it look like I give a fuck about your birthday? I don't even know who you
Fuck.
are.
Yeah, I don't even know your
I'm
name.
just trying to kill your dad, okay? Like, fuck, I don't
Yeah.
care about your birthdays.
Right, leave me alone so I can murder your father.
So, as part of this birthday, the triplets get these books that all of the other princesses have gotten, and these books have the same pattern as the pattern on the floor, and they find out that this pattern in the story, the princess like goes to another land through a door or whatever and dances in this magical world for like 3 days, but then can't go back afterwards. And then they find out that that world is real. I don't know if like the mom just knew it or if the mom was magical and like built this whole thing.
Well,
I'm
oh,
not.
it was implied that the mom like used that passageway to go and dance in the pavilion. But maybe, yeah, maybe she created that. That'd be wild.
Yeah.
You
Well,
gotta
and there's
go
like
like
this.
teach
Well,
the
because
children
there's
sometime.
the same amount of like tiles on the ground as there are daughters, right? So
Does
either
she
she has
know?
11 siblings and just was able to get to 12 before she croaked to like like design it so it works again, or she is the one that like built it. I don't know.
Well, yeah, did she know she was gonna have 12 kids and so designed it for them?
I don't know. Because they all got the books when they turned what, 5, right? That's
Yeah.
when they. So she is assuming that like let's say like Genevieve is what, like maybe like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
That would mean that the books have been around with this like story for like at least 12 years. Like she's been planning this
Yeah.
like before all the other kids came along.
Hmm.
My other question,
Good questions.
basically, to open up this passageway, you have to dance on these the tiles, the
Stones.
stones,
Yeah.
in the correct order of like oldest to youngest and like down the row. Oh, also Genevieve is not the oldest one, right?
No, she's not.
So then the books have been even further down in history because they're probably older than Genevieve. So it's been
Oh,
like
yeah, maybe the
dealing with
older
this
ones
for
are in the
like
20s.
15 years. It's been
Dang, I didn't
planning
think
this
about
out.
that.
But yeah, like when you dance on the initial stone, of the oldest sibling's stone, it lights up, and then you like dance around the the stones in the order of age, and then it opens up this portal. My question is, how in the world did they not dance on that stone at any point over the last however many years? And
Yeah.
there are points when you don't even have to dance. The monkey tries to do it later on, and he just jumps onto the stone and it lights
Yeah,
up.
Monkey's not dancing. Oh my
So
God, you're
it
so right.
says that you're supposed to dance on these stones, but you definitely don't have to. Like, you
Hmm.
can definitely just stand on there, which means how did they not accidentally step on this one random tile in the center of their room and have it light up?
Yeah, and there are two pavilions. There's another one in the garden with those same
That's
stones.
right.
So, how did they not notice it over there too? Where
And
they
like
would be
what
dancing most of the time.
yeah. Well, and what power does that does that other pavilion have the same power as the one in the room, because they only used that
Hmm.
one to get back their last time they like entered, because they the one in their room got destroyed, and so they like went back into the pavilion. So we don't actually know if they could enter the world through that.
Oh, maybe it's just an
I would
exit.
assume, but man, that's a lot of like weird design choices by the mob to be like, all right, we'll
Yeah.
put one in their room, but then also have one out in like the garden. But then if the garden is only an exit,
Okay. I might have thought of an explanation. What if the stones would only light up after all the princesses came of age? So after they turned
that was the
5.
other that was the other question, and maybe that's how it's it's answered.
But then the mom used it in the past.
Yeah, so then does it
Would
matter
it,
how
would
many,
it-
unless she has also has 11 siblings.
right. And does it just go dormant until the next
Yeah,
cycle
yeah, I don't know.
of daughters comes through?
And like what happened, what would have happened if like the king remarried and had like another daughter or something? Would that daughter not like be part of this story, I guess? And she just
Aw.
left out.
Oh, so sad.
There's questions
Yeah,
about this.
we
Um
have questions.
like who made this? How does this work exactly? But basically, they're able to dance on these stones, and then they enter this world where they can just dance and make wishes.
Yeah, it opens this big old portal, so they just like dance around and then go
Yeah,
down
they go
this.
down the they dance on the tiles, go down the stairs, take a boat. It's a whole process because there's like one pavilion across this lake, and then they take a boat across the lake to the center area, and that's where they can dance.
Yeah, it felt kind of like a Disney ride or like that big boat that could
Yeah,
hold all of them.
yeah, designed for the 12.
Yeah,
Just
uh-huh.
this huge boat with all of them, and
It
then
looks like a fun place to hang out.
yeah, when you can just like make wishes, and these flowers will grant any wish.
Yeah, they
And
could have
also
wished to kill Rowena or the monkey.
could have. And we find out later that you can take those flowers back to the real world and they still work.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
OP. I don't know if they have like a limited use or if you brought one back, it's just like you can use it forever.
Yeah, or are they like normal flowers where they die after a while after being cut?
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know. More questions.
Yeah.
But yeah, they wish for music, and then random instruments come and play by themselves because of the magic.
And
At
then
one point, they wish for a costume change, and they get a little
of
glow up.
course, got to have it in
And
Barbie.
then, yep, it has to be there. And then they wish for somebody to dance with, and then these like hot statue men come to
Golden
life.
statues.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of them wishes for it, and then the other one's like, "Oh, wait a minute, ooh,
I want a
oh yeah."
golden
Thank God, there's
statue
like
man.
a ton of these statues hanging out around.
Yeah, I
Just
guess.
bring them to life. Could have brought them back to the other world and had like a little army to like take back from
Yeah.
Rowena.
Or this is my new husband,
Yeah,
statue
this
man.
golden man. And they also have like water that can heal all wounds there.
Yeah, this place is like another world. It's OP. It's got so much magic.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the young ones skins her knee and then uses the water and it magically heals it.
Yep.
But
But they
they dance so hard that they wear out their shoes. They dance like all night. And it's like you guys gotta have some kind of stamina for that.
yeah, those
That's like
legs. Oh my god. But
they did leg day
they did, yeah.
every day.
Got to hit up Desmond about like
Yeah,
picking that up.
they need to get Desmond dancing.
There's also a point where like one of the triplets was like to Genevieve like you're the best dancer. I'm like, aren't they all look like hella good at dancing. I cannot pick out any one of them. Like I guess the little ones are still learning, but like all of the more adult ones, they all look like they can dance incredibly well. Is that really something special that Genevieve has? I don't think
Mm,
so.
no, it's not. And they dance in like in sync, like they're in complete unison. They do all the dances
And
together.
they just know how to dance to like every single one of these songs. Like there's one
Yeah.
where um like here they like ask for music. I don't think they ask for anything specific, and they just know how to dance to it. Derek
Yep.
plays something on his flute, and they're just like, let's go, and then they all just know how to do like the choreographed moves. Like, it's impressive.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
Genevieve.
No, no. They all, I feel like they all have equal dancing ability.
Yeah.
So much so that it feels robotic watching them.
Yeah, they're just too good.
Yeah, they've been programmed to dance.
So they dance all night. They wear out their shoes, and so when they go back to the real world, they're all super tired when the Duchess comes to like wake them up. So tired that one of them goes face plant into the oatmeal, and they like fall asleep.
Yep. It's a mood.
And so now Rowena's starting to get a little bit suspicious, but not because of a magical world, but because they're going out, which means they're meeting other princes, which means my plan is ruined.
Right, because if the daughters get married, then the princes will become kings or whatever. The king acts like all the princesses are gonna take over,
Yeah, how does
not
that
just like the
work?
eldest one. So I'm like,
Do they all just
they're
like,
all good.
yeah? Does the first one like become the queen, I guess, first, and then just like they all become like sub queens, or like
Or they all just have equal
they have
power.
equal rights when they, yeah, that, wow, 12 of them.
Sounds
That
like a mess.
seems like a lot. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Rowena
Rowena's.
puts Desmond in charge of like watching their room. There's one point where like they're walking out of the room, and Desmond just like elbows the like one of the aides in the castle. I'm like, why? He didn't even do
He's,
anything.
he's got to assert his dominance.
Yeah, just by beating this guy up.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, and he kind of like watches the door to make sure the princesses don't come out, just to make sure they stay in the room. Um, he and Rowena are talking, um, and then he goes, "My only reward is your happiness, milady." And then
Yeah,
she's like, "Correct, Desmond."
it's so brutal.
It's
Correct.
amazing, and he's just like simping for her so
Yeah,
hard.
it's weird because he goes from like just a regular like just like an aide or like a servant basically at the start of
Mhm.
the movie to like full on simp by the end. Like
Oh yeah, he is into her. He knows what he wants.
every single time it's the same thing. Like the minion is going after the main villain woman every time. Is this with
Yeah,
Fungus
it's
Maximus and then
I was gonna say it's giving Fungus Maximus and Laverna.
love it, Desmond. Shoot your shot,
Yeah.
see if it works.
I mean, she's pretty attractive too.
Yeah. And
She's
they're
got the
both
hair.
like evil, so he's got no qualms about the character traits.
No, he doesn't care that she's like killing
Murdering
him.
this,
Yeah,
murdering this king.
yeah. And the king is just dying over here. He is not. He's like
Yeah,
on
so
death's door.
yeah, he's just immediately bedridden after she starts poisoning his tea, and then so the doctor comes in one time and is just like, oh, give me, or I'll give you this potion and just like give it to him a couple times a day and he'll heal. And of course, she just like dumps it in like a potted plant because she wants to kill him. And then another time when the doctor comes back, she's like, oh yes, he's never been the same since the queen died. And he's like, oh, a broken heart. There's nothing I can do. he
Guess
just
he's gonna
he's like,
die.
that makes sense. Broken
Yeah.
heart. I can't help with that. And he just gives up.
Well,
He's
I
like,
don't
I'll
have a
come back
broken heart
tomorrow, but
potion.
like nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
gives up.
Yeah, yeah, I know that was fast. It's like no other explanation
Yeah.
and nothing I can do.
Yeah. Makes sense, broken heart. I get you. I get you.
There's also this moment when the all the daughters come in and surround the dad as he's like dying, basically.
Slowly.
And then they're like singing to him and it's this like angelic harmony. And it feels like they're just singing him into the next realm. You're like,
Singing him to
goodbye.
heaven.
Yeah.
See you later, Dad. Goodbye.
What
Yeah,
a send off.
that man went he went feeble so quickly, but also died so slowly too.
Yeah.
Like
Uh-huh.
like immediately after like the first time that he got the poison, he was already like fully like bedridden. And then
Yeah, and then he
he's just been like that but like slightly worse every time, and then he's like gone by the end.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
It's
that's
just
true. He kind of plateaus for a while. He just
yeah.
is he continues to be at death's door
Yeah, for
most like half
several
of the
days.
movie.
It's what heartbreak will do to you.
Yeah.
So the Rowena is getting this poison from this apothecary, and Genevieve just like asks Derek like, "Hey, can you check this dude out?" And he's like, "All right."
Sure.
Totally fine
I
with
guess
it.
anything for you because he has
Yes.
a big crush on her.
Yeah. Yeah, just like no questions asked. He like
Mm.
immediately starts like chasing after this dude, and this is where he finds out that Rowena's been selling shit from the castle to pay for this poison, and to get that proof, he sells his horse instead of Felix,
Yeah.
and then has to like carry the whole like wagon
Party.
that he has. Like that's got to be kind of heavy, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
maybe
guess
you should
he's
have given him the bird.
honestly, I think that was probably the better choice.
I mean, Felix doesn't do anything.
He's like a really
He's
bad like wingman. He's
ah,
trying to like
man.
didn't even plan that whatsoever.
Nice. Nice.
But he's always trying to like egg Derek on to like try and make a move.
Yeah, he's like, ask
Genevieve,
her
and it
out
didn't work.
already.
Come on. He
Come
should have sold him off.
Yeah, yeah. Alas.
Another question I have in regards to the realm and just them being there all night. They were already tired after the first day, and they can go to this place for 3 nights. How are they still functioning after like 3 nights of doing this? They're
How did
basically running on no sleep for like 72 hours.
right? Because Rowena won't let them sleep until
They
8 or
yeah, they
whatever.
she only lets them sleep for a certain amount of time and always wakes them up at the same amount of time, and they go to the magical realm at like the same time every night and like dance for hours. How do their legs still work?
I don't know. Yeah, I would pass out. That's so much dancing.
Maybe they started wishing on the flowers to like give them energy or something.
Oh yeah, like
They
keep
didn't
us
do it the
awake.
first night, but maybe they did it on the second.
Or they just got a second wind and a third wind. Just kept... Or they just drank a shit ton of coffee.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a good question.
Because the triplets sleep down there. They take naps at the end, but like
Mhm. The
all of
rest of
the
them just
adults, like
they're built different.
I don't know. I couldn't do that. I couldn't even do one night and like function the
No,
next
no,
day.
no. Like dancing takes a lot out of you. I could maybe do it for an hour.
Yeah, I especially with like that whole like choreography too.
Yeah,
They're talented.
they are. It's very impressive. Also, Derek is never going to run out of business because they keep wearing
Yeah,
their shoes.
every single day. He's just
Yeah,
like,
it's
"What
like,
the fuck? Did
okay, I
you wear?
guess I'm gonna.
Are these okay?" Like it's like we just wore them out. Like, what? It's been like one day.
Oh, excuse me.
So we want to talk about how Derek figured out the pattern on the ground.
Yeah, he gets it like immediately. Oh, okay, because all the princesses they go down to the pavilion at night, and then they just don't come back. And I'm like, I don't blame you
Yeah,
guys after
let dad
dealing with
die
Rowena's bullshit.
and yeah, just not deal with Rowena's
Well,
shit.
I don't think they knew it was that dire, but they didn't know he was being fucking poisoned.
I
But
guess
so they just kind of like hide
there's no
down there.
time limit. You can only go down 3 times, but you could technically stay as long as you want for any of those 3 times.
Right. Yeah, so everybody's like, where are the princesses at? You know, and then Derek goes to investigate and he sees the stones and does he see the books or
He
like?
sees polish. He sees
Oh,
shoe
that's right.
polish on the ground. And not just the fact that there's shoe polish. He sees that one of like the polishes is there's like more of it on like one of the spots or something, or like there's,
Hmm.
and he's like, oh well, this has got to be the first one, and then he steps on it, and then
Why would you think
I
that?
I have no idea. Be
Well,
like,
and the
oh
parrot's
yes,
like, the parrot says what I was thinking. The parrot was like, "Oh yeah, the princesses are walking around their room. You know, that's why there's shoe polish on the ground."
yeah, and he's like, no, there's shoe polish specifically on these little tiles in the center of the room, and there's a little bit more tile on this one, which means I should start here, and then it gets less. I guess it gets less polish because the polish is rubbing off as like they go around the circle. But is there what?
But why would he think that these stones are gonna do anything?
I have no idea. I have no
Like,
idea.
why does his brain just go straight there? Has he dealt with like magical portals before?
Yeah, I have no
We don't
idea.
like we don't
Uh,
know his backstory.
it's
Maybe
like
this is
it's like the
common to him.
Princess and the Pauper, where the guy was like, "Oh, this tree is from like this specific forest, which is where she's being held." Like, there's some weird knowledge, like the knowledge of the shoe polish.
Uh-huh.
I don't get it,
Yeah.
but somehow he knows, and he's able to dance on these stones. What did
Hmm.
he dance, or did he just step on them? Because that rule I think, just goes out the window. I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything that has to do with dancing. I think you just got to step on them.
Yeah, because then the monkey was watching and saw what happened, and the
And he
monkey
just
didn't
like
dance
hops
on
on
them.
there and goes.
Yeah, right. The monkey was watching. Is that right? Monkey
Yeah,
saw
he
it.
was watching under like a bed or something, and then decides to bring
Yeah.
Rowena back when Derek's already left, and then she goes
Right.
into this
So.
realm. She steals some of the flower. He steals one of the flowers, and then goes back and just like destroys
Yeah, she gets like
the
Desmond to
tiles.
take a sledgehammer and destroy the tiles.
But again,
Um.
luckily, whoever designed this world, whether it was mom or whether it was some other entity that designed them, they did also have that pavilion. And so I guess now that I'm thinking about it, there are two pavilions, and they connect to two different areas. Like the one across the pond, like on the land, connects to their room, and then the one in the center connects to the garden. So
Oh
seemingly they could have
yeah.
gone from the garden straight to the center place of the lake. Don't even need the boat.
Oh, you're right.
I
You're
guess they
right.
couldn't do that because they were locked in the room.
Right. They
But
had to go through the bedroom portal.
but yes, they probably could have danced on that center pavilion and opened up a portal.
Right, because there are four portals.
Yeah, two in each world.
Yeah. Interesting. I also I think this is a plot hole. It doesn't make any sense to me because the with the stones, you have to step on each one in order of the girls'
Oldest to
ages.
youngest, yeah.
And then on the last one, you have to spin three
Oh, I
times.
completely forgot about that.
How would Derek know to do that? And how would Rowena
How would the
know to do
monkey know how
that?
to do that?
How would the monkey know to do that? It doesn't make sense. Like I
That's
could see
right.
stepping on the
Yeah.
stones.
Completely forgot about the spinning three times.
Yeah, yeah. How would Derek know how to do that? Unless he's dealt with this kind of portal before.
Yeah, because when you the first time when Genevieve kind of like forgot to do the spinning, I was like, "Oh yeah, I got to do the spinning and spin on it." It didn't even light up.
Right.
And so it's just like,
Yeah.
"What do you do?" Are you But like the the book already said, "Oh, you have to dance on these stones," but you really don't. So
No.
maybe there's like some wiggle room, and it's just like, yeah, if you kind of just like move around a little bit and it kind of looks like three spins, like that's
I'll take
fine.
it.
Yeah. And maybe he just
Mhm.
maybe they both accidentally just like walked around on it a couple of times. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Maybe. Or is this like the books they got, the 12 Dancing Princesses, or this book that they've all read? Maybe it's a fairy tale that everybody knows. So then they would know
Maybe?
to do the spin. I don't
Or
know.
is everyone just completely aware of a magical world?
Well,
Come
maybe
on.
they know of the magical world, but they don't know that it's actually real.
And then when they do, like, oh yeah, I got to spin 3 times.
Yeah, I remember the book.
I have another question in regards to this world. When they get locked in here, when Desmond destroys the portal in their room, they learn that they can get back to the regular world by dancing as a couple. Did it specify if it was specifically like a love interest, or could they have danced as like a pair of like two sisters?
Yeah,
Because
it was unclear.
if it was specifically like, like, oh, the power of like love or something, it allows you to get out. If Derek didn't go down there, would they have just been trapped in there forever and had like no way out? He would have had to like go in there unless he could have gone through the garden. I don't know. Confused me.
Well, but if it was the power of love, then the sisters still could have danced
But like a
together.
romantic love, I don't know if
Oh, the
Barbie
power
is
of
pulling.
romantic love.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see.
It didn't
Yeah.
say one way or another, but they specifically danced the two of them, so it made it feel like it was supposed to be that.
Yeah, and I think that was the implication. But yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. If Derek just didn't come down there, they'd be.
Didn't come down in time, just like they're screwed.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, he did not step on when they were dancing together when they were trying to get out. Derek did not step on any of the panels. So how
Yeah, I
did it
noticed
know?
Genevieve kind of missed them too.
How did it know?
Maybe again, it's kind of wishy-washy. It's like, yeah, you're dancing. It's fine. I'll take it.
The rules of this other magical world are a little confusing.
Yeah.
And this is also
And
when
they
they
like,
all seemingly have to dance to like escape. Like the two of them had to dance to open up the portal back, but then they all start dancing to get out. So like, thank God the cat could also dance, or else the cat would have just been stuck in there and like
oh
died
yeah, if
in
you
there.
can't dance, you're trapped.
Because they're all
I guess it's
dancing
a
to
good thing the
like get
cat can
out.
dance.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
doesn't just die in there.
Oh God.
But yeah,
Doesn't deserve that. Now, if the monkey was trapped down there,
oh, that'd be sad. That'd be great.
yeah.
So while they're gone in this in the magical world, the king has given up rule of the kingdom until he gets better, to Rowena, and then she tells all the guards that the princesses are traitors and to like capture them on sight and throw them into the dungeon. So now they have to like sneak into the castle
Mhm.
and try and find Rowena.
Yeah, they pull some Home Alone pranks,
The one with
tripping the guards.
the stilts where
Yeah.
they're like running along this like castle wall, and then there's this hedge, and it looks like they're standing on the hedge, but they were actually just behind in the stilts.
Yeah,
A
and the guards
good
fell into the
chuckle.
hedge.
It's pretty funny.
Got him.
Really good guards. They get hit with like an apple or something and just like get destroyed.
No, that was the
Oh,
croquet
croquet.
ball that
Okay.
came back. Oh yeah, that guy just got taken out. Oh, two of them got hit in like the throat.
Yeah.
Brutal. And then they just fell down the stairs. Like those guys are
They're
not
gone.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and they trip Desmond, and then he falls onto a cart, and then like rolls away, and then rolls into a room, and then they slam the door
They
on him.
slam the
But
door, and
then
then they put the like wood like pillar over like the door so that it can't like open back up. But this is when you find out that Desmond is actually like legitimately strong, and he like busts through that whole ass wood plank
yeah,
after a little
yeah.
while.
He was fueled by his simping
Yeah.
for
The
Rowena.
power of the simp.
Uh-huh.
And so when they get up to Rowena, this is when she like uses the flowers that she got from the other world and like creates the suits of armor that are alive, basically. She could have done more with the flowers than that, right?
Yeah.
Is it one of those? I mean, if the magic knows that she's evil, like it probably wouldn't have made the suit of armor for her anyway. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of like moral quandaries with the magic. Like, could she just
Yeah.
like wish to like kill somebody and they just die?
Probably. Yeah.
Seems like she could have done more because they dispatch the suits of armor and then she just tries to make them dance forever. And it's like the flowers like dump out this like pollen basically, but the pollen can be like blown backwards. So they have like a fan and they blow the power, the magic back to Rowena. And then she has to start
Yeah.
dancing.
Yeah, like Genevieve Uno reverses the
Yeah.
spell with her fan.
Actually, no.
Yeah, and then Rowena starts dancing forever. And then she's like, Desmond, help me. And Desmond goes to try to help her. And then they're stuck together. And then they're dancing forever. And Desmond's like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I
Not mad
guess
about it.
that power connects to the other person because Desmond cannot stop either.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like it just like carries over. Yeah, there's
Hmm.
when they start dancing, Desmond goes like, "We're stuck." Oh, we're stuck.
Ooh.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm
Just
I'm
what I
into
wanted.
this.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. This is my exact kink.
And then as they dance away, one of the triplets that brings back some of the water, like dumps it into dead, like actually dead,
Oh yeah, he's
King's
fully dead
throat
at that point.
and resurrects him. And boom, he's alive. And then we get the obligatory wedding scene at the end,
Mhm.
where Genevieve and Derek have a wedding at the end,
Yep, happily ever after.
and that's the 12 Dancing Princesses.
Yeah.
What did you think of this one?
I enjoyed it. Like you said, it was cozy.
Yeah, I
Um,
think like the world and the vibes of it. I think also with just like the ballet music and all that stuff is also very just like calming, like
yeah.
evokes feelings of the Nutcracker again, and like some of those
Hmm.
very early Barbie movies where they use like the
Right.
orchestras for the music.
It was very dance heavy. Um, I mean, I fucking love Desmond.
He's
He was
great.
like my favorite part of the movie. He was very fun. Um, yeah. Other than that, I don't think it was a standout Barbie movie. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like my favorite. Um, but yeah, it was fun. I mean, the sidekicks were tolerable except for the monkey.
Brutus, ugh.
Um, yeah.
What
The love interest
Brutus
was
just had to like
nice.
run after them right at the end. He
Yeah,
didn't
I
get
was
like,
wondering if he was gonna get stuck too,
yeah,
but
that would
um,
he's just like dancing like on top of them or something. That would have been
yeah.
good.
Uh-huh. I kind of wish that happened.
Yeah, the animal sidekicks besides him are tolerable.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a cozy movie. I like the vibes. I think
I like
it.
the sisterhood
Yeah, I
of
like the
them. Like
sisters and that they all have like their own like relatively distinct personalities.
not distinct look, but
No, they
personality.
look all the same, but yeah, I mean, you know, you got the sports ones, the one who killed somebody out in the forest and got mud on her dress, and you know.
Uh-huh. The
But
ones who are
yeah,
obsessed with
I
bugs.
like the king. He's super chill. He seems like,
Yeah, the
you know,
king's
a good
great.
dad until he almost dies.
Yeah, he's a
Um,
little oblivious. Like it takes him up till the end to realize that Rowena is
is
evil, and like
poisoning
it's
him
pretty
like
pretty
right
darn
as he
obvious.
is like dying. That's when he finds out.
He's like, "Oh shit."
I got
Oops.
played.
Yeah.
And
Well, and
then
for somebody who like plays chess all the time, because there's a scene when he was playing chess with Genevieve, you'd think he would be a little bit more aware.
that's true. Yeah. Did Genevieve beat him though?
Probably.
Maybe he's just not good. Not good at
Oh,
chess.
he's trying.
Yeah, and then the overall plot brutal, just like actually trying to kill this dude and like take over the kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Rowena
in a
was
way,
ruthless.
yeah, it's not memorable in other ways. I don't know. Um
Yeah.
And I think when you have a lot of the other fairy tale stories, they do kind of blend together, and there's just a couple that stick out. I mean, Nutcracker specifically because it's the first one, and I think when you have some of these later ones that all have a similar vibe to them like that, they can kind of just blend together. And I think 12 Dancing
Yeah.
Princesses kind of falls into that category a little bit in that it doesn't have something
Yeah.
super memorable that sets itself apart. It's just a lot of dancing, and there's a lot of dancing in the other ones too. And when that's like
Hmm.
the focal point of it, and maybe you don't remember Desmond specifically at some points, there's not a whole lot else to remember really. Everything else is very standard, and not in a bad way. More so in just like this is very typical Barbie movie from this era.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Hmm.
It's not. It doesn't really set itself apart from the other
Yeah,
ones too much.
exactly. Yeah, and it's not a musical either. We didn't get any. Well, we did get them like angelically harmonizing, but
Yeah,
and singing
sending
a little birthday song.
sending Dad to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, but other than that, we didn't get like music like in the Princess and the Pauper.
No,
We didn't. We did get Preminger, but he was
we did.
not
Yeah, it was just
Preminger.
neutered Preminger.
Oh.
He just lost all character.
Uh-huh. It's a real shame.
Yeah, so I think we settled on a C for this one. I think it's a perfectly fine um, Barbie movie from this era.
Yeah, it's solid.
Um,
I enjoyed it.
there's better movies out there. That we just so Princess and the Pauper. That one has way more character within its characters, and I think that's kind of what sets some of these movies apart. Whether it's good or bad, like whether the animal sidekicks are truly insufferable and you remember it, or you've got a character like Preminger that like carries a movie.
Yeah.
Like those are the things that set some of these movies apart, and I don't think 12 Dancing Princesses really had that.
Hmm.
Desmond could only do so much. He didn't have as much screen time as some of these other characters, so he could only do
Maybe if
so
he had
much.
done Leg Day, he would have.
Yeah, beef legs. Rowena settled on a B for her. She is truly evil, and I think she
Yeah.
also has a pretty good design with her huge,
Hmm.
like gray hair.
Yeah, I appreciated that they didn't go with the typical like green color palette for the villains. They went with this like pale blue, which was nice
It's
and
different.
not typical. Yeah, yeah.
But
But
she
yeah, she
didn't.
was straight up evil.
She was straight up evil, but she didn't really steal the screen like some of these other like Mouse King or like Preminger.
Reminger.
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
have those in existence, those characters are there. Like you can't. It's hard to top them.
Hmm.
It's hard to be better than that. But I think she was a good villain, and that she was
Yeah,
truly evil. She
she
embodied
kind
that.
of
She had a
had
good character
the
design.
she had the Gothel energy.
Yeah, she did actually. It was a very similar vibe of like like enslaving certain people.
Hmm.
Um,
Trapping them.
yeah.
Yeah.
For the animal sidekicks, Brutus, straight F. I hate him. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Piece of shit. Looks gross and also is a character, and everything is also gross. His personality is
Everything
nasty.
about him.
Twyla is she's kind of just there. Gave her a C.
Yeah, middle of the road, just kind of neutral. She exists.
It's not a bad
She's
thing.
tolerable. Yeah.
And I think the fact that she doesn't talk very much lends itself to being a little bit cuter on like a cat, because like some of these ones when they just keep talking, I'm like, I forget that you're like just supposed to be a cat. Like you have this.
What are you? You're something else.
Yeah. And then Felix, gave him a D. He's
Yeah.
just, I don't know, like he's a little annoying.
Uh-huh.
Not. I wish he wasn't there. He could have.
Yeah,
He could have just like not been there, and the movie would have been probably a little bit better without him. He didn't really
Yeah.
play much of a role or anything.
But next to Brutus, he was
Next,
great.
yeah, maybe if maybe if Brutus wasn't in this movie, we'd give Felix a lower grade. But Brutus steals the show in just being disgusting.
The most hideous.
Yeah, Felix is whatever, a little bit annoying. So
But like his character design, he was just a bird, he
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, he did not
wasn't bad to
have the
look at.
huge eyes and the mascara and just all this other like
Yeah.
nasty stuff.
Yeah,
He
that
actually
was refreshing.
looked like a relatively normal bird.
Hmm.
Bumps him up in the ranking
Yeah.
just a little bit. So that is Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. Why don't we go over little bits of trivia and goofs, as always, from the Barbie movies wiki. So let's take a look at some of these. I talked about for the goofs before. Courtney, I did not remember her name. Courtney is the one that was
You
reading the
forgot
book.
Courtney? That's
Yes.
me.
Yeah. Well, it's Genevieve.
How could you forget?
um, she was reading a book at one point, and it was invisible.
Mhm.
There's a couple of other points where their dresses change, like the collars are not visible, or sleeve colors change throughout different points. While dancing away from the magical world, Princess Fallon is missing. She's just not there.
Oh, rip.
When Rowena and Desmond dance out of the castle, King Randolph disappears, though the blankets are shaped as though he's there. So maybe he did get sent to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, yeah. Was that before like the little princess gave him the the juice?
Yeah, I
And
don't
then
know.
he's just like Grim Reaper came, took him.
Yeah, the water didn't actually work. He's dead.
Yeah. Oh.
Um, when Genevieve asks her sisters to match their books with the stones, Janessa is missing. When they have found their stones, she reappears.
Wow. A lot of people disappearing in these
Yeah,
goofs. But
disappearing
I
and
mean
reappearing.
there's a lot of characters. There's a lot of princesses, so I can
Yeah,
see why.
I wouldn't blame the animators for forgetting. And then I love these stupid like goofs that are not goofs, just like I don't even know. Technically, the triplets are a little young for some of the dance moves they are shown doing. Like that's not a
Oh
goof.
my
It's
oh
just
my
like
god.
a little bit editorializing there.
Yeah, they shouldn't be able to do these advanced moves at
Just
5. Like, who the fuck cares?
yeah. Trivia for this: did you notice that the first letters of the princesses' names are in alphabetical order?
I did not notice that.
The mom
Okay,
playing
now I'm
some
trying to
like
remember
mind
them.
games, like she's playing like 12D chess with these daughters and like the books and the names.
No
Man,
kidding.
this is the first time that 3 Barbie films were released in the same year. They
Wow,
went hardcore.
they did. They went off.
This film marked the return of the New York Ballet Company for the first time since Swan Lake. And you can
Oh,
tell, like the
cool.
dancing is it's so good that it does feel a little bit like too good for
Mhm. Well, it's too
some of them.
advanced.
Yeah, it's too advanced for these 5-year-olds. Yeah, those are the main bits of trivia. Barbie and the 12
I
Dancing
was
Princesses, one final thing was an award. It was nominated for Outstanding Original Song or Children's Animated for the song Shine in the Daytime Emmy Awards.
was that song just in the credits?
I believe it was the credit song, yes.
Oh,
It was
I
yeah,
didn't see them.
this the final credit song got nominated for awards.
Wow, maybe I'll go back and listen to it. See how good it is.
Apparently it's pretty good. Yeah, I kind of just skipped over it at the end. I was kind of done.
Yeah. There's no Desmond. Why do I need to keep watching?
Yes, it was Shine. The end title song was nominated for the Emmy. So
Wow. That's cool.
seemingly did not win, but oh well.
Man. I was disappointed this time around that they didn't have bloopers.
I know. Yeah, didn't have the Toddster in the mirror, like
Yeah.
checking himself out for a whole minute.
Yeah. I feel like Desmond would have been prime
Oh
material
yeah,
for
really
bloopers.
good. There was no other special features or anything of note.
No, I think there was a Shine music video, but I didn't watch that.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. We want like the bloopers. We want the games.
Yeah, yeah,
We
there
want
weren't any games.
the weird stuff.
Very, very disappointing.
Yeah, come on. We need that. I need Desmond doing some dumb stuff.
That's all I want.
So that will do it for Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. Next up on next month's episode, we're going to be diving back into Fairytopia once again, round 3
Oh boy.
for Barbie Fairytopia Magic of the Rainbow. So get prepared to deal with Bibble for another 75 minutes. That'll be
The return of Bibble.
really fun. We've actually got a really really good double whammy here. Next month's episode will be Magic of the Rainbow, so we get Bibble again. And then after that, we'll be diving into the Island Princess, which has arguably the worst animal sidekick, I think, in any of these movies. So
Yeah.
look
Stay
forward to
tuned.
that.
Look forward to that.
But yeah, that will do it for us on this month's episode of the Barbie Council. New episodes release on the first day of every single month. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever other podcast streaming service that you use. Make sure to follow us on your podcast streaming service of choice so that you never miss when a new episode drops. We're also on YouTube at the Barbie Council, so subscribe to the channel, and those episodes launch at the same time as the audio versions, but that is the video version of the podcast. Spotify also offers the video version of the podcast if you want to watch it there. And yeah, subscribe to all of our channels so you can be notified whenever new episodes drop.
And if you want to follow our podcast on social media, we're at Barbie Council on Instagram and at Barbie Podcast on Twitter. Our email is thebarbieCouncil@gmail.com. If you want to follow me, Brianna, I'm at Brianna Valine on Instagram and Twitter.
And I am on Twitter at Kevin Valine, so you can find me there. That wraps up this month's meeting of the Barbie Council. Until next month, meeting adjourned.